Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This class 7 IRE. Peoples, I hope you will get out your books and your pen. As you are listening, you will also write the notes. So today we want us to learn Hadith and Sunnah. And the Hadith and Sunnah, we have the right of neighbor. Today we want us to learn the right of neighbor. As you know, Hadith and Sunnah, these are two different words. Hadith, these are the saying of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and Sunnah is the lifestyle of our Prophet ﷺ, or the act or the action of the Prophet ﷺ. So Sunnah is a traditional act of the Prophet ﷺ. So and the right of neighbors, as you know, our neighbor consists of 40 houses. So these neighbors, they have right, they have a certain right. So as a Muslim, you need to allow and accept the right of neighbors. Okay, let us try to know what are the kind of right of neighbors. What are these rights that neighbors deserve? A neighbor is someone who is living next to your house. That's what we know. So this neighbor who is living next to your house, or is anyone who is living around your house, these are your neighbors. Now, neighbors, they have the following right. Right number one is avoid annoying his or her neighbor or your neighbor. You have to avoid annoying your neighbor, or avoid anything that can provoke or annoy your neighbor. The other point is that you need to provide them defense. You need to protect them when attacked by an enemy. You have to defend them when they are attacked by enemy or any other harmful mechanism or any other harmful things. So, and the next one is live with them in a harmony. You have to live with them in a peaceful way. Live with them in a peaceful way. The other one is deal his treasurers with wisdom and diplomacy. You have to deal with them and treat them in a manner that please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his prophet. You have to congratulate them on their success. Your neighbor, whenever they are success or whenever they are happy, you have to share with them the happiness. You have to congratulate them every now and then. The next one is visit them when they are sick. So your neighbor who is living next to your house, you have to visit them. You have to read for them dua. You have to pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so that they may get quick recovery. Another point is that visit them regularly. You have to visit your neighbor. We have neighbors, we have so many neighbors around them. You have to visit them every now and then. You have to greet them. You have to know their situation. You have to share with them the little you have. You have to share with them the little you have. You have to share with them anything that you have. That's how it is. The other one is avoid using abusive language on your neighbor. You have to avoid abusing them. You have to work for their success. You have to work for their betterment. You have to avoid using all kind of vulgar language or vulgar words that can irritate them or what, or annoy them. That's not good. Also, we want to also learn hadith on thinking before you act. Hadith on thinking before you act. People remember hadith on thinking before you act. They said you have to think before you act. So this hadith carries a lot of important meaning. So if you intend to do anything, you should think of its outcome. In case the outcome is good, then attempt it, but if it is bad, then avoid it. So in this situation, whenever you want to do something, you have to foresee whether it will cause a problem or not. In case you see the outcome or the product of your act is something good, then do it. If it pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his prophet, then do it. But when it is against the teaching of Islam, you have to avoid it. So the teaching of this hadith is that Islam teaches us to be very careful in what we are doing on every or what we are saying, or every now and then. Most of them we talk, most of them we chat with our friends, most of them we kid, we play with our friends, you know. So all these things we have to be very careful whatever we are doing or whatever we are saying to them. Islam does not accept to harm or destroy the life of another person. That's also another teaching of Islam. Islam also does not allow anyone to be backbite or say something bad about him or her or against him. So all this Islam discourage. Islam discourage. So hadith on thinking before you act, it's very important, and you need to be very thinking whatever you want to say, or whatever action you want to take. Class 7 pupils, you want to also learn hadith on israf. Hadith on israf, let us try to understand the meaning of israf. Israf means being extravagant or being wasteful. This is the act of being wasteful and not using all resources or all materials little by little. It's also the act of using something excessively. So we can be extravagant on materials like money. We can be extravagant on clothes. We can be extravagant on food and water. All those things we can be extravagant. So we need to avoid them. Islam does not allow being wasteful and being extravagant. Islam allows to be thrifty enough to be very uh, uh, to be very uh, to be very thrifty and to be used everything little by little, just something just like water. A Muslim should be wasteful, should not, sorry, a Muslim should not be wasteful on water, food, money, clothes, and all other useful materials. A Muslim should not leave the tap while running, since it is israf. So, israf can be of anything. You can be israf on even clothes, even shoes, even pens. If you have more than one pen, that's israf. If you have a lot of books and you are not using them, that's israf. And tearing off the books and throwing the pens, I mean, for example, and losing your pen, you know, tearing off the papers of the book, of your book, for example. All those are being wasteful. So you need to avoid them. Being wasteful is not good. Avoid them in all means and ways. So in that few remarks, I wish you all the best, and I wish you to have a very successful day ahead. I hope you will write and you will make sure you revise for yourself. Thank you.